domestic manufacturers from using Chinese components in military drones, citing security concerns. This according to a Reuters report that says the decision was taken after 2 rounds of discussion with drone developers. The report also added that India's defense forces fear intelligence gathering could be compromised by use of components made in China. Joining me now is Ankit Mehta, the CEO of drone maker ideaForge. Ankit, thank you very much for joining us. Reuters reported earlier today that military officials from the Defense Ministry held meetings with drone makers and told them very clearly not to use any kind of Chinese equipment or Chinese component for making these kind of drones. What has been your sense? When we speak to the government, they're not commenting on this report, but have there been informal meetings? Have you been told by the government very clearly not to use any kind of Chinese equipment?
So, Parikshit, thanks a lot for bringing out this issue. What I would like to highlight is that, not using components from subsystems, particularly which emanate from the point of view of data security from, land border connected countries is something which we have seen in various shades and forms in various opportunities already. And it's been there for some time, and it's also a part of many of our government policies other than military as well, where we have seen that certain restrictions on procurements and operations and financing activities from land border connected countries have been highlighted by the government of India. So it is no surprise that we have these policies, because ultimately, our land border connected nations are also nations that we are, looking to make sure that we are maintaining our sovereignty. So from that point of view, this has been there, and it is definitely something which is welcome, particularly when data security is concerned, right, and components of that nature is concerned.
Right. Ankit, we understand your point that this is a continuing concern from the Indian government, and this keeps coming up in meetings from time to time. But what we would like to ask you, that when you're not able to use components from China in making drones, has that led to increase in prices? Is that also making it difficult and more complicated to manufacture locally?
Not really. In my opinion, particularly the components which are related to data, for particularly our own supply chain, I think we have sort of eliminated that dependency since a long while, as far as anything related to data and data security is concerned. In fact, if you think about it, even in the United States, there is a law around what is known as National Defense Authorization Act, where use of such subsystems which are pertaining to data have been banned for drones that are being used by the defense forces in the US as well. So we've been in line with that policy for a while now. So as such, there is no impact on either cost or delivery from our point of view, at least at ideaForge.
So you're not using any kind of Chinese equipment in your drones at all?
So when it comes to data security, no, we are not. The country of origin of all of our subsystems, very, very clearly with the OEMs, is all outside the land border connected nations.
Right. Ankit, one final question. When it comes to the government's concerns on Chinese equipment in military weapon technology, are there certain critical technologies or critical components where any kind of Chinese material or Chinese origin is an absolute no-go?
See, like the report also mentioned, that anything that pertains to data security is something where it is a no-go, and that is how it should be as well, to make sure that we are keeping our national interests alive.
All right. Ankit, thank you so much for joining us here on the program, explaining us the significance of this report and steps being taken by ideaForge itself. We're going to take a short break here on Newscentre, but when we return, we discuss the steep